you know?
I told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I'm in Cali every week. I go hard. Rowan said he got sour, need that whole yard. I'm chasing turkey bag, chasing gold yard. Tell us down, we won't go far. Blue sherbet stuff the whole jar. 100 P's on the Bay Bridge, stuck in traffic. If I ever run into Riri, let's make magic. Die doing something you love.
Are we on?
Hey, that was 100 P's by a local artist, Woozer.
New theme song.
So
We love it. Every couple of weeks, you surprise us with something new. We appreciate that, Kebra.
All
Thank
right.
you.
No
Let's
problem.
take care of business first.
Yep.
You're listening to Cannabis Corner on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from downtown New Haven. We are streaming live on TuneIn Radio and NewHavenIndependent.org. We are also streaming live on Facebook Live. Just go to Facebook.com, New Haven Independent, or just go to your Facebook page, look us up, and hit See First. And that way you can get all the great shows that are on the New Haven Independent and 103.5 First. Another week has passed. How was everyone's week? I had a great weekend. How was everyone's weekends? How was the past week? We had Women Grow last week.
Yep.
That was fun, right?
Yeah,
we all
Women
were
Grow.
there.
Yeah, that was really cool. Thank you to Jason Ortiz for coming and sharing with us, and Avery Pessa. Jason Ortiz with Minority Cannabis Business Association. He's been on our show now a few times.
Yeah.
He's been on here
Jason's a
twice,
friend.
and he hangs with us. He's been in Women Grow a couple times.
Yeah, Jason's a friend.
He's one of the fam.
Our homie. And then Avery, of course, like I said at the Women Grow event, like she's on it. If I ever need information, she's like, oh, yes, I'll send you an email. Oh, yes. And she responds
She's
promptly.
awesome.
She has so much knowledge and insight on,
I also like her
lobbying and advocacy.
enthusiasm.
And
She's got that
enthusiasm.
youthful enthusiasm, that
Definitely.
energy, that really working with her normal and it helps give someone like me, all right,
Yeah, a little
good.
energy.
little
right?
belief. So Avery is great.
Reinvigorates
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
She's a
It's
very
true.
pleasant
Yeah,
person.
so that was a great event. We had some very interesting conversation about, being able to definitely push things forward for next year and some different, they gave us plenty of advice and instruction on how to do that.
Yeah.
But the main thing was that we need to either find candidates to run or run against these people.
Yeah.
And if we
Yeah.
run against these people, then we can get our agenda.
Yeah.
across,
100%.
So
and we
when
win.
when you starting your campaign?
I got too many skeletons in my closet.
Same
No, I'm
reason, my
joking.
friend.
I'm joking. Public service is hard. I honestly thought about it. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
I have to.
But public service is really hard, and there's a lot of responsibilities and requirements and things that fall on your family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
a lot of respect out there to our public servants.
Yes.
They
They do
big
a lot
shout
of
out
work.
to the mayor here in New Haven. We love you guys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mayor Harp. Mayor Harp is definitely a friend to the movement.
Yeah.
And
She's a very
is
hardworking
pro
woman.
cannabis and is really kind of supporting. Almost, if we call and we want to talk,
Maybe we should have her on sometime.
we should have.
Why don't we
her
have Mayor
on.
Harp on
Yeah,
sometime?
that should be our new. And
That would
she's
be good.
a proponent. She's helping to push Eva forward.
Right.
And she ran the fundraiser I went to last week. So Wednesday I did like all kinds of stuff.
I love it.
Right.
Tell
Well,
us,
Jason
tell us.
told
Things
us
that I
about a fundraiser on the
Yes.
air.
Yes.
And you said, "Well, I'm going to go." So you
Yes.
did.
Yeah, I did. And there was leadership from New Haven who was represented, as well as Josh Elliott from Hamden was there, and some other people in the room that are the political movers and shakers in the city. And Ava really gave a very encouraging talk, and I think she really has a great chance. It sounds like she is a candidate for the people, and I think that she would be the voice that we would need.
Yeah, I do too. And Jason spoke a little
like
bit
her
about
a lot.
her. We spoke a little bit about Ava at the meeting, at the Women Grow meeting, and he works closely with Ava. And I agree. I really do think that that's what that ticket needs. We need we need somebody at least up there in Hartford who has the ear and who understands that the real people who are out here. I mean, you look at the candidates and you can tell they're it's the same thing. They're always kind of people who are like wealthy or whatever, not really hanging out there on the streets with the people. They don't know what the real people want, the majority of the people.
Yes.
And it's gotten to the point in Connecticut where there's, it used to be there was a ton of rich people that, you had to cater to. Those people are leaving.
Right.
There are more regular people now here in Connecticut that used to call middle class. Now we're all kind of the same.
Please.
Then there are the rich elite type people, and that's who needs to be listened to now. And I do believe Ava.
Oh wait, who?
The people, the larger ones, the ones who are not rich.
Not rich.
The
Okay.
regular people.
You think
No, you had to.
Wait.
No. No, the regular people now need to be
talk.
listened to because there are
Yes.
so many more of us now, and
Right.
there's so many diverse voices that have to be heard.
Yeah.
And I think somebody like Ava can help get
Right.
that across in Hartford.
Right. And I think people like are interesting, and they're like, well, why do we need a black representative, or why do we need a Latina woman to take leadership? But it's because that's reflective of the society in which we live.
Right.
Like, it's
100%.
not that it's not racism or
No.
us trying to do anything that is pushing one particular agenda, but we all have agendas and issues that affect our communities in different ways, and we should be able to talk about that as well as talk about taxes and bridges and tolls.
Of course, we have to.
100%. That bridge that's going to lead to the dispensary.
Hey, coming up soon. That's opening up.
Yeah,
But
in a city near you.
so you felt that went well. I felt Women Grow went well, very well.
Oh
New
wait,
pe-
and then I went to another thing.
What'd
on
you go to?
Wednesday. So I left the fundraiser for Eva, and then I went to the Black Business Alliance. They
Oh.
had and guess who was their guest speaker?
Who?
Governor Malloy.
Oh, did you get to talk to him at all?
No.
What did he have to say? Why would he? Never mind.
It was like a week.
I'm not even going there. Go ahead.
he just
Why
said a
is
bunch of-
Governor Malloy speaking at that meeting?
I don't know. He must have something up his sleeves because he kept saying like, wait and see what's coming. I'm like, wait, ain't you just
You're
leaving?
outta
It's
here,
just like an
buddy.
exit. So I basically missed his whole speech, but someone told me
You're
about
lucky.
it afterwards. But that was a really great event too. There were a lot of all people of color. It wasn't just one, but a lot of entrepreneurs and people who just basically they've built this alliance to kind of help support each other. So I
Nice.
want to go to their next event since I was at the fundraiser and I missed it. But the Black Business Alliance, it was at the Graduate Club. It was a really great event.
Oh, great. Well, so you had a busy week.
Yeah, and that was only Wednesday. So then Thursday was Women Grow,
Yeah.
and then over the weekend, our friend Eve had a baby
Yep.
sprinkle.
Oh, was that fun?
Yep. So I was in Rhode Island. I got to hang out with Melissa Bouchard and
Oh, all the
Chanel
peeps.
Lindsay
Oh,
and
good.
Colleen from Cushley. And
Was Kara there?
No, Kara wasn't there.
Oh.
Oh gosh, what is her name? Her name almost the one who does yoga with goats.
Oh, I forgot her name.
Oh, dang it. I'm so sorry. I'm horrible
Yoga
with names.
with
I
goat.
gotta
Did
get
you
the-
do goat yoga?
I did not do goat yoga, but I watched like Basketball Wives or something. And they were doing goat yoga in LA, and the goats were like spewing pellets of poop at them and peeing on them. So I think I'll look on the side for
Watch
goat
goat yoga, yeah.
Yeah, but I won't be doing it. I don't want to get pooped on. I mean, I know it's probably spiritual or something, but I got other spiritual experiences.
Yeah, you don't need goat
Yeah.
yoga. But there is something about the goat, I've heard. Anyway. So that's good. Yeah, I had a great weekend. I had a nice experience.
Yes, tell us about it.
I was up in Shelton at what was called the Riverfront Revival Festival. And it was a 2-day event, and there were a lot of bands up there, and food vendors and craft vendors and things. And there was a nice wellness tent too. So they had a wellness tent when they did yoga, no goats though, meditation, and all kinds of stuff. And lo and behold, a bunch of our friends, the people that we know, there was a bunch of cannabis people there.
Nice.
You remember Brian? He was
Yeah.
on. He's been on this show. Brian from Consult.
Yes, yes.
He had
We
a
love
table
Brian.
in the wellness tent, and he
Nice.
was showing the benefits of medical cannabis.
Yes, Brian invited me to come hang out with him, but because of Eve's,
You're in Rhode Island.
yeah,
What
Eve's,
could you do?
Sprinkle, and then Sunday I really wanted to like go to church and chill with the family, so
Hey.
that's the only reason why I didn't go. But next year I will make sure to support.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian was there. Who else?
Brian was there, and then Jeff from U.S. Hemp Care was there.
Hey, I was just talking to Jeff today.
Yep. And
Yeah.
Bohemian High was there with the
Yes.
whole crew.
Yes.
Let's see, who else? I was there vending.
Mm-hmm.
There was a company there that was vending doggy treats made with CBD.
Oh, fancy.
And another company that was selling hemp clothing.
Okay.
So, I mean, there was all kinds
Did they
because...
have cute stuff?
Yeah, they did. They had nice stuff. I mean, I don't know if you'd like it or not, but they had some cool hemp clothing there.
Hey.
So, I mean, they had 4 or 5 vendors, and it was specifically, Jeff was there promoting Hemp History Week.
Nice.
And everybody was selling extracts, CBD products. I was selling the Go-Go Joe's coffee. And it was nice to see because it wasn't a cannabis-oriented crowd.
It was a
This
nice
was
mainstream
main
crowd.
family,
Something
kids.
a little different, really opening the eye for the community, which
Right.
was awesome.
We should
Education
have had Jeff
involved.
call in today. Maybe he could have given us the hemp.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll give him a
Hemp
call.
overview.
We'll
Yeah.
maybe we can call him out.
Okay.
Maybe we can call him. Ricky D is calling
Come to
in.
you.
Right. We can all. I think we could do that, right, Producer Harry?
Oh, look,
We can call out,
Ricky's
yeah.
up there. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll call. Well, we'll text Jeff to let him know we're calling.
Yeah,
so he doesn't-
Ricky D is going to call in. Yeah, we'll talk business this week. Instead
Yeah.
of politics, every week is politics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we were great. We're educating people on Hemp History Month. People were buying CBD products. It was very, very nice, and it was nice to see that. And no problems. Cops are coming up and talking to us.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see that out in the regular public, hemp and CBD and cannabis are really starting to become accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And people want to know about it. And people are interested in CBD products and what they do. So, I mean, on that front with the regular people, and these are events that probably 2 or 3 years ago never would have took a cannabis
Right.
vendor, right?
Right.
What are you selling? Oh, no. You
can't have that there.
No.
I
Which
mean,
it's nice that it's nice that these festivals are opening up to the hemp industry and for the CBD full spectrum industry, and looking at it as a wellness issue, not as something that's an ancillary resale product.
Right.
They're looking at it as the wellness.
Right.
There is a health proponent of this.
Yeah,
As they should.
Yeah, I know. I think the fact that you can buy it in a convenience store at 7, it really cheapens it. And I wish people wouldn't sell it that way. I wish it was more being sold. And it is being sold in health food stores.
Right.
And it is
100%.
being sold. Head shops are fine. But, I mean, just the 7-Eleven and stuff, sometimes that kind of bothers me because you and I both know that the quality of those products that they're selling in there is not really medicinal. It's not really up to par. You know?
And 90% of the time when those gas station brands are usually just whatever the cigarette company distributor is probably selling.
Whatever they
or-
have,
Yeah,
right.
it's one of the brands that were probably picked up by a large company and just they're makeshift. You can't, I've seen studies out there that say the inconsistency in those products is
Right.
rough.
Mhm.
So
Right, and supporting local people like that you know who they are. You know they made it. You shook their hand. Okay, they made this. You know it, and when they tell you it's got 30% CBD, you believe them.
yeah,
and
I think as long as you pay attention and stay with a reputable CBD person, and it's not such a narrow field either. It's something that is such a wide field. Well, in this room alone, the three of us each have our own individual CBD lines, basically.
right. Yeah, pretty
Kebra
much that
has-
we work with
Kebra backs an entire line of CBD products.
medicinal stuff, right?
Yeah.
Joe also backs an entire line of CBD products, and then I have we
You're
all have
affiliated with a
different
line
thi-
too, yeah. So
So it's awesome that these products are getting out to the masses as they should. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of us.
All of us have experience in the CBD industry and hemp industry. That's why it's called the Cannabis Consultants.
Yep.
And so, that's part of it. Politics is one thing, and we all get wrapped up in it. We got to make it legal. And you know what? We're going to talk to Ricky D in a few minutes, and he owns Ricky D's barbecue shop, right? So who would think that, we all know that love that barbecue. And he's very
Great
well known in New
barbecue.
Haven. They're covering him all the time. You see he
Yep.
gets tons of coverage. But who would think he's going to tell us his secret, ambition in the cannabis industry, and we're going to talk to him about that.
Very nice.
So there's a lot of ways to get in. And one thing I was thinking about when it comes to politics,
Jeff's number.
Jeff Wenzel, I'll give it to you in a minute. Anyway, a lot of things in politics these days are going on the national level. I'm really thinking now when you're looking for involvement in the cannabis industry, and if you want to really look towards legalization, where it's going, look what's happening on the federal level. You know what I mean? There's a bill got put in last week by Elizabeth Warren. Oh, we got Ricky D. Ricky D's calling in. We'll talk about that after.
Well, you could finish your sentence.
Okay, Elizabeth Warren and Cory Gardner put in a bill federally to make the states all responsible for their own. In other words, keep the feds out. States will be responsible for their own regulation of cannabis.
And didn't Trump say something like he wouldn't get involved?
Yeah,
or something
he said,
like that?
I'll support it.
He's staying behind
now
it,
we
which
don't.
is,
He's
got bigger
change
fishes.
his mind 5 times.
I think he's got bigger
bring
fish
him
to
in.
fry in
But
Korea.
whatever.
That's right. Ricky, are you on?
Yes, sir, I am on, brother.
Ricky.
Hey,
Ricky
Ricky.
D.
Oh, Ricky, you're so fine. Remember that song?
Yeah.
My head, Ricky. Hey,
Ricky
No, it was
D.
Mickey, though. It was Mickey.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, Joe?
Ricky D, for anybody who doesn't know, runs and owns Ricky D's Barbecue in New Haven. And Ricky, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you came to Connecticut, how you got involved in the barbecue industry, and then we'll get into how we all know each other.
Cool. Yeah, just a quick rundown. I graduated from Virginia State University down in Petersburg, Virginia, and after I graduated, I got a job working as a facilities manager. I got relocated up to the Northeast. So I spent about 4 years in New York just working in corporate America before realizing that wasn't really for me.
I hear you.
I'd much rather be barbecuing on the grill, backyard barbecues, family, friends, good vibes, good music, good food. That was always something that I always enjoyed, just coming up from, with my family and everybody. So I ended up putting my notice in at the job, transitioned up here to New Haven. My wife is originally from New Haven, and I bought a food truck and called it Ricky D's Rib Shack, and that was 5 years ago from the day.
So
I had an opportunity to where I was able to open up my first brick and mortar location, 2 years ago, and so I've been operating over here. I got my own restaurant over here. It's me and my brother over here working full time, and Brandon. A lot of people might have already been over here and met him, and we've been over here for 2 years, man. And every year, I'm telling you, it's been a constant grind. But I mean, look, we're building over here every day,
Well,
And
one thing about your barbecue, Ricky, and of course we've all had it here, is that sauce, right? So tell us all a little bit. How'd you develop that sauce? It has such a unique flavor to it. I don't know about you guys. I've never tasted a sauce up here on the East Coast that tastes quite like it. How did you come up with that recipe, and where'd it come from, and where are you going with it?
Well, towards like the end of my corporate career, the 4 years that I was in there, and I kind of decided that I wanted to go into business for myself and kind of invest into myself. I'd say probably like the last, 5-6 months or whatever I was working there, I spent a lot of time just researching the barbecue industry, because you got every region got like their own style of barbecue. Like Kansas City, they do their barbecue a certain type of way. The Carolinas, they do their barbecue a certain type of way. Texas do theirs their own type of way, and Georgia and Florida and on and on and on. But so I didn't always have like a recipe. When I first started, I never made my own barbecue sauce, but it was something that I kind of just studied each region, and then over time I developed my own style. And you know, I experimented with a spicy sauce. I experimented with a sweet sauce, and just back in my days, just street vending and connecting with customers who come up to the food truck at the time to buy. You know, I tested out. I mean, you know, and one thing that I found is that from my experience, more people like sweet sauce than spicy sauce. You know, so I decided to perfect one type of sauce, which is the sweet sauce. Get people to love it, and then build on that. And then after that, then I can kind of build other products on top of that. So the sweet sauce is something that I kind of stuck with. So it was one day. So I came up with my own style of barbecue called Kansas barbecue. So it's that combination between the sweet, savory taste of Kansas City barbecue and the vinegar Carolina style. So, and it really you know, that name came across because a customer, I think she was from like Georgia or something like that. She saw the food truck. I was downtown vending one day outside of the Yale Art Gallery on Chapel Street. And she was just like, I'm from Georgia, and what kind of barbecue do you do? What kind? I'm like, well, I mean, you know, I make my own sauce. I mean, it's sweet like a Kansas City barbecue sauce, because they're known to have a sweet tasting barbecue sauce. And then, you know, I put a little bit of vinegar in the sauce, so kind of like the Carolinas. And so I call it Kansalana.
Kansalana.
I like Kansalana. And I mean, it was just something that really just stuck with me. She got a laugh out of her, and she loved it. And I've just been calling it Kansalana ever since.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice. Very good. And so after 5 years on the food truck, you now got your own place. And then now this is kind of where I want to go. Kebra, kind of, how did you meet? Kebra introduced you to me. I know that. And you came to us with the idea of something you wanted to do with your sauce.
Yeah, but I didn't meet, he actually came to me. And Ricky, tell the story a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly how it went. It was like, you know, me and my brother just up here at the restaurant. I mean, you know, in between customers, and as entrepreneurs, you're always thinking of ways to grow your brand, grow your business, maybe even possibly what other type of markets can you kind of bring in, and just to kind of build the business. So, you know, me and my brother, we was just sitting up here just talking in between customers. It was like around October or something like last year, and September, October, somewhere around there. And then we was just like, what if we had like a barbecue sauce with weed in it, you know? And then we started like a few Google searches. We ain't really, you know, we said that, you know, that was a good idea. I mean, because we already have a product that people already enjoy. So how can we
make it better?
How can we, you know, include kind of like the cannabis industry, and kind of how can we? And it was just like, you know, then I just did a little bit of research, and you know, and then my brother, he actually looked up on the counter, because we used to keep like you know, people would come stop by the restaurant, drop off business cards, and, you know, try to promote their own business. And I'm all about, you know, also supporting small business, because I am a small business. And then I saw, you know, he said, look, there's a card right here that says Cannabis Consultants, Kebra, Smith-Bolden. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh man, this meant to be, man. I'm gonna call him. So, you know, and that's exactly what I did. I got the card. You know, I gave Kebra a call. You know, introduced myself to her. We talked for a little bit and told her about the sauce and what the idea was. And, you know, she thought it was a good idea, and told me a little bit about what she does. And she told me about an event, that the next event that she was having, it was going to be downtown New Haven at K2.
Women Grow.
So that's exactly what I did. And then that's when I met Joe, Lou, you know, the whole group over there. And then it was also, in addition to that, I also was like meeting other people who are also trying to get into the cannabis industry, or just trying to figure out their own lane, you know. And I thought that was, and then not only from looking at it from a business perspective, I meet other people who are looking to get into the business, but I was actually sitting at a table with an actual patient who had been diagnosed with, you know, a disease, and she was prescribed, and she's actually a medical marijuana patient. And that was like the first time I had a chance to like talk with somebody who actually uses CBD, and that's, as a matter of fact, that first event is when I learned about CBD. I didn't even know anything about CBD.
Oh, wow.
And,
Wait, hold the press.
right.
Hold the
Yeah,
press.
then
Hold the presses. Wait, hold on. So you're saying your first interaction with CBD, which is now a branch of your business, was at a Women Grow event?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
See, people can learn at these events.
Now, Uncle Lou had a big part in that, putting that together with you, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he didn't even get to
said
that
what?
part of the story.
Yeah.
You said what?
Uncle Lou had a big part in putting that together with you, didn't he?
Absolutely. Uncle Lou, man, held my hand.
It's a teamwork, brother.
Absolutely, man. And that's one thing I must say, man, since that day, and when I met y'all, as far as like within the cannabis industry, within that community, man, y'all work with me like a family. I feel like a family member, and I just want to say thank y'all to
you're welcome.
all of y'all, you know.
We love
You're
you,
welcome.
brother.
It's been our pleasure.
Yeah, Ricky. You know, you've
And
been.
we get sauce.
Yeah, so
Too
so,
much sauce.
so we got to the point. You went to Women Grow. You met us. You met Uncle Lou. Your idea went from putting weed in the barbecue to putting CBD in the barbecue. And then now, what do you got? Now you made it. Now what's happening with it now? Tell us a little bit about the sauce. What's it called, and where can we get it, and how much CBD is in it, and all that good things.
Yeah, so the inspiration with the infused sauce really came from, so I created a separate brand, separate from Ricky D's Rib Shack, and it's called Carolina Products is what it's called. And I mean, the inspiration was everything really is based off of like, my original barbecue sauce, which is Canzalina. So
Carolina. Well, what do you know?
Yeah, you would include a little bit of CBD or whatever. Then we just call it Carolina Products. And one of our goals is to obviously once all everything with the laws and everything, and we can get everything mass produced and everything, and get it distributed to like the local dispensaries, and that's one of the goals, and do everything
for the
like
recreational adult market.
That's everybody's goal, right?
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful, beautiful goal, and you're in the right lane there, sir.
Yes, sir.
But let me tell you one thing about Ricky that he also does. He also goes up to the Capitol
Yes,
and
he's an
advocates
activist.
for his right to have a business in this industry. And because, that would be great if we could sell his barbecue sauce right now to patients who need it. But because of the way that the system is set up, our medical marijuana program, and even what they're trying to do with our recreational program, it'll be very limited. So we have to make sure we advocate. So, Ricky, can you talk a little bit about advocating as an entrepreneur?
Oh, absolutely, man. I've submitted, email testimonies, regarding the legalization of recreational sale and use to this House bill, such and such.
Right.
And,
Thank you.
And in addition to that, I also had a chance to actually do a public testimony.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right. You
sir.
got up and did it. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, and sit in front of the committee members who make the decisions on the direction within the industry in the state of Connecticut, and I was able to voice my opinion, my beliefs, and that I feel that the state of Connecticut should move forward with legalizing it, and that was a big experience for me because that was literally the first time I've actually ever really went to any state's capital, went to the different states I've lived in, or went to the capital and actually spoke and told them that I'm for legalizing recreational sale and use of cannabis, and I mean, that was a great experience for me.
Yeah.
And we thank you, brother. We thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
Yeah, we do appreciate that, Ricky. The more voices that they hear, the better. Believe me, and especially for people who are out there, entrepreneurs out there, already paying taxes to the state, already have a business license in the state. It's like, I want to give you more money.
Exactly.
Come on. So it's good that they hear your voice. Yep. So Ricky, how can people find your sauce? I know it's got limited distribution. Where can we get it?
Well, right now you can catch us at some of the local events that will pop up. You most likely will be at the booth with CT Cannabis Consultants. And
we love having you over, Ricky.
Yes, we do.
I know that Joe carries some of your sauce as well, right? Joe carries
GoGoJoes.com. You can buy my sauce, and sometimes I carry it. When you see Go-Go Joe's out vending, I always have Ricky D's products with it. And can you get it down at the store? The CBD
right
infused.
Right now we're really not, selling it from the restaurant. We're trying to keep everything a little bit separate. But if you come down, I'll give you a business card, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
But I mean, if you want to, you could definitely contact Go-Go Joe's. Joe and visit his website at GoGo.
That's right. You can order it online.
And he has it all the time,
That's right.
That's
synergy.
Right. I'm gonna bring some business cards down there so people can start ordering it online, Ricky.
Yeah, Harry, our producer, said he wants some sauce.
We'll bring him a bottle next
bring
week.
Him some.
It's CBD infused barbecue sauce, 360 milligrams a bottle. It's Ricky.
Yes, it is 360 milligrams in a 12-ounce bottle, so it's roughly about 30 milligrams per serving.
Good concentration.
Very
concentration.
Nice. Very nice. Great sauce because we love the regular sauce, and you can buy the regular sauce at Ricky D's shop.
Yeah, where are you located, Ricky, and how can they get a hold of you online for the regular sauce, catering, all that good stuff?
The address to the restaurant is 302 Winchester Ave.
All right.
Located in the Grange Park area of New Haven.
Got a website?
Yeah, and the website is RickyD'sRibShack.com. And we also sell the sauce and the rub in a couple of local grocery stores at Elm City Market, T&J Supermarket over in East Haven, and we also sell on Amazon too. So search Ricky D's Rib Shack or Carolina Barbecue and on Amazon, and we'll ship it right to your doorstep.
All right, and send Ricky D an email. You can find him on Facebook, I'm sure, and tell him you want that special sauce.
Facebook,
Instagram too.
Got too much sauce. I love that song.
The sauce is delicious, though.
Hey, but I do want to say this. Look, I was walking through a store through Walmart earlier today, right? And I saw it was something that jumped out right at the register. It says California hemp, and then it says it's sativa hemp oil, and they're selling this out of Walmart.
Yes, I've seen, and it's funny. Lou and I were discussing that how it cheapens it that they're selling this because you said it right there. You know what that is? That's nothing more than like hemp seed oil. And I have seen the product myself. It's really, there's very little CBD in it. It has very little medicinal value, but it's cheaply put out, and obviously they're making it by the thousands and selling it in Walmart, and they're marketing it, and they're selling it as something medicinal, and really the people aren't going to get the true effect as if you got a good quality CBD. We know where your CBD comes from. We know you put good quality CBD in your products. And that's the kind of stuff people need to know. If you're going to buy CBD and if you're going to go with CBD, go with some good, reputable brand. You know, people...
I absolutely. And I'm not endorsing this product at all, but I'm just saying that because I thought it was interesting because just for it to be at Walmart and for it to say on the label, cannabis, sativa, hemp, you know what I'm saying?
They're getting ready, Ricky.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting ready, Ricky.
To try to take over.
They planting that seed.
Absolutely. Get ready for Walmart weed.
Yeah,
you ain't kidding.
Walmart weed. Can you imagine? Wow.
WW, Walmart weed. All right, Ricky, we got to run. But it was great talking to you.
Yes, very nice talking to you.
And I'm sure we'll be seeing you around, and get down there to Ricky D's and check out some of that special sauce.
I might be getting barbecue tonight.
It's summertime. Summertime is barbecue time. All right, Ricky.
That's right.
Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.
Ricky's barbecue is a guilty pleasure, so I can't really knock it too much.
Oh, yeah. Now, do you want to try and call Jeff?
Oh,
We gotta do. We gotta. Pay
Oh,
some
yes,
bills.
that's right.
We
Oh,
gotta
my God,
pay
yes.
some bills.
Pay some bills. You are listening to Cannabis Corner on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from downtown New Haven. We are streaming live on TuneIn Radio and NewHavenIndependent.org. We're also streaming live on Facebook Live. Just go to facebook.com, New Haven Independent. Go to your Facebook page and look us up, and always say "see first" so you can catch us the first thing.
You know what? I know we were talking about doing, but I have to say, after we do this, small shout out and plug to the radio station and the news feed,
Of
because
course.
it's become one of my own personal favorite things on Facebook. I like
Yeah,
opening
New Haven
Facebook.
Independent, right?
Yeah, I like opening Facebook, and I like seeing a different video come in there, because I did click the "Show Me First" button.
Yeah, me too.
Last week I saw Harry the Brave was a nice little show going on.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple different nice shows
Babs
going on.
loves.
Yeah,
Love Babs.
it's-
She's
I always,
great.
get
You know,
pulled
so
on them.
they have some really quality local shows here. So definitely, you know, you may hear us joke about it and say, "Hey, we got to pay the bills," but seriously, like the content. I was listening to Ugly Joe this morning.
Yeah,
And-
Joe Ugly's the morning show here, right? I mean, he supported us from the start. I was there with him before here.
Oh,
Weed
yeah.
Wednesdays.
And
So I mean,
Michelle
that's
Turner has a
Oh,
show up here.
yes.
It's really good.
Some
Yeah.
good people. There's
Yeah,
some
yeah.
great programming here, and you
Shout
know,
out to Michelle.
and understand there's a whole newspaper that goes along with it. So I mean, this is independent media. You know, it's not controlled by ABC. It's not controlled by Disney. This is the wonderful thing about this radio station and the New Haven Independent in general. It is independent.
Yeah.
We are independent.
There's some good people
There's
here.
no big entities over us telling us what we can say.
Big hearts. There's a
And-
lot of big hearts here.
And that's another reason why we play the music that we play.
Right.
I asked local artists to send us something, preferably
Yes.
something with a little bit about cannabis in it. And
They responded well.
yeah,
We
so
love it.
We had been playing Chalice's song
Right.
since we began, and so now Woozer had given me a song a while ago, 100
Very
P's,
nice.
and so we started the show with that. And
And
I
we
figured
always say that.
maybe the last minute or so, I'll call Woozer and let him talk about the song. And
Yeah.
you know, 100 P's.
Because we just
you know,
found out we could call people.
Yeah.
We should start. We should
got
start.
a whole new
You know, now that
thread.
we know that, we go, well, let's
please,
call
can we do like
Lloyd.
crank calls?
Now that we know we can do that, I think we add a whole new dimension to the show. Some of these politicians might get in special calls that they don't know.
What is your opinion on cannabis?
But you know, we talk about that independent radio. What radio station, what mainstream radio station would allow a show like this on call?
This is
Literally,
awesome.
Cannabis Corner.
Yep.
You know, you're not going to hear that on the beat.
No,
you
no,
know,
no,
you're not going to hear that
no.
anywhere. Oh, I don't know if I can say it. Any other station. You're not going to hear it on other stations.
You know, and we go to shows, we go to events, and we see other media outlets, and they're always internet based. And then to see that we're actually on
On
a
the
radio
radio.
Yeah,
station,
you can
Yeah.
find us on the air.
that's the power of independent media.
Tune
So-
in radio too. Now that's only allowed for radio stations on the air. Tune in radio is big, and we're on that.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can get on your phone if you want. If you want to put in your car, you know, if your phone has the tune in radio, your car, you can hear us on your car while you're driving.
I know that they listen to us in Seattle, Washington for a fact, because they actually said, I'll pull it up in their car and we'll let a tune in radio out.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, we're on the West Coast.
Facebook
nice.
too. Obviously, Facebook's worldwide.
Yeah.
And there's archives. We have a SoundCloud page, which we will link up to. And also, Lou, we found out we're on YouTube too.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. Harry has hooked it up. He's a good guy. He's a great producer.
We're
man.
on YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch.
What? Twitch?
Yeah.
We're twitching.
We're on Twitch.
Yeah. Women Grow has a channel on Twitch, and they wanted to broadcast up on their show to our show. So maybe we should work that all
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, we're co-broadcast.
Yeah.
So these are all the things that we can take advantage of these days, and we're not, like I said, we're not controlled by any large corporation.
Right.
And I want to thank Harry for giving us that opportunity, like
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah.
So so we were talking about the cannabis, the national level, things that are going on. But did you want to call that artist? Did you
Yeah,
want?
we can call him now.
We got 5 minutes. Let's call
Yeah,
him.
okay.
Call that
let me
artist.
get
You
that.
have We're going to try our first new call. Harry wants to give me a
Okay.
time out for a minute.
Oh,
we're
we
gonna
got
take
a break? We could take that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
we can get the call. Okay.
Let's make it
There's the
happen.
number.
I
still got plans that I never spoke. A lot of rhymes that I never wrote. A lot of dreams that I never lived. But if I think about it, then I mean I really did. Just not yet. I used to wish that I was here now. Smooth sailing on my own boat. I'm about to jump up on another plane. Right before I
told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. Told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I'm in Cali every week. I go hard. Bro said he got sour, need that whole yard. I'm chasing turkey bag. I'm chasing gold yard.
Oh, I hear him. He's turning the music down. What's happening?
What's up, Kebra? How you doing?
Good. How are you? Who do we have on the line?
It's Woozer on the line right now.
Woozer.
Hello,
you heard your song
Woozer.
playing?
Yeah, I heard it playing. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
100 P's in Cali every week. Holla at me.
So we love that you submitted a song for us to play. We're going to play it probably for the next couple of weeks. So tell us about your song and how it came to be. I mean, I kind of can put it together, but...
And you're on the radio, by the way. You are on the
you're
air.
on the radio.
We do need to inform you of that. So no swearing.
Oh, well, I don't think we're worried about that.
Smoking bud, I try to emulate my music with, something that everybody's feeling. And I just came up with the song. I got a label called The Hustle Counts, actually. So everything is coming out under that.
That's awesome. Are you out of New Haven?
It was produced by The Breed, some kids from West Haven. They also local. They got a lot of good hits. They did stuff for Chris Brown.
Oh, nice.
And if we wanted to find some more of your music, where do we find you?
Well, you can follow me at Chuck Woozer on Instagram, and my SoundCloud is new, so I'm kind of new to my own music being put out. So I got 2 singles right now. I also got a single called G-Day. It's gonna be dropping soon.
Okay.
Well, that's beautiful. Thank you very much for.
How'd you get into the business,
yeah.
man? How'd you get into the industry? How'd you start in the industry?
I actually started a good friend of mine, like one of my best friends, Chad Dawson. He had a record label, Champion Breed.
Oh, New Haven boxing champ, Chad Dawson. Okay.
Yeah, world champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real good dude. Yeah, he had Champion Breed. We also had Chalice. Chalice was Champion Breed too. The guy
I know.
Play earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, so we all had that going on. Then, I decided to do my own thing with it, so I can have a little more control over what I'm doing with it. So that's what I decided to do. Now I got the Hustle Counts, and I'm gonna move from there.
Nice.
Right.
Now you're a supporter of cannabis. I noticed in your songs.
Yeah, I support the cannabis industry. I'm trying to actually brand the Hustle Counts as it too. I got a few friends in California that's helping me.
Okay.
We're gonna do one of my own strands.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it Skinny Pimp after my uncle that passed away.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
right.
Okay.
You let me know when we're out there. We got friends. Look out for the Uncle Lou OG.
Skinny
Lou,
Pimp,
I got
huh?
you, Uncle Lou. Definitely. We can meet the cave one time. So
Yeah.
I'll give you guys more information.
All right.
And you know what, Chuck? You came to our conference.
Yeah.
That's where I first met
My
you.
good friend Scott X had me come through, and that's where I met Kebra. She was wonderful, very nice, very helpful.
Yeah.
And she.
Go ahead.
I like what she's doing out here. You know what I mean? Because more people need the CBD, the THC, and they need to shy away from being scared of it. Because I don't remember nobody dying from being on CBD or THC.
That's right.
The alcohol industry is crazy.
So I've got a question for you. So as we put together a nice little hip hop showcase for cannabis enthusiasts, hopefully coming up at the end of the summer, Joe Luck Productions and a couple other people are putting that together. So would you be interested in doing a little showcase on there for us?
I'll definitely do that. Definitely do that for you.
All right. We'll set you up with a bunch of information and make sure you get that out to all your people.
All right. Thanks, bro. And you can get my information from Kebra.
Yeah. Anything you want to tell? How can they find? Can they find you on Facebook, Instagram, all the regular places?
Yeah, I'm just on Instagram right now. It's Chuck Woozer on Instagram. ChuckWuzer. and it's a logo of the Hustle Counts. It says THC, but it's the Hustle Counts.
I love it. THC.
Ah.
Look at that.
So
So
counts. That's a nice thing. You know, my LLC is the Healing Choice, THC. We're all kind of like sneaking into the back door.
When I told her that, she was like, "Yeah, we like the same right here. You know, we family."
It's a beautiful thing. The community, the plant that binds.
All right, Chuck.
Well,
thanks, man.
Yeah, we're gonna play your music.
Send us more.
Out and send us more as you get it. If it's, we of course need the clean version, and,
Right.
and if it's about cannabis or about entrepreneurship, the hustle, whatever,
That's right.
We'd love to hear.
Remember,
So,
the hustle counts, man. I want to thank you too, Kebra.
you're welcome.
Yes.
Anytime, my friend.
You're welcome.
And the rest of the crew.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you
man.
for giving us some good music. I'm over here like
Hey.
chair twerking.
All right. All right, Chuck.
So I need 100 pigs.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Talk to you soon, Chuck. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, very good. So before we wrap it up, Harry, I just want to go over some events going on
Yes.
because we just added a couple new ones that I want to
We
do.
ready to like rock out.
I know we got a couple minutes,
We got 100
Harry.
P's going on.
Give us a minute. We'll play the background there. Okay, so June 21st, the Connecticut Normal Meeting, Box 63, New Haven. That
Yes.
starts at 7 o'clock. Get
I shall
involved.
be there.
You should
Yes.
be there. Elections. You want to be on the council.
Good peoples.
I think I might want to
Come
be
on,
on the
I'll,
council.
Good
that's right.
people.
I
Get
wonder if
on
I
there.
can get a vote or two.
I think you might.
I think you could.
June
second that
24th is
nomination.
the Lyric Music Festival to benefit opioid addiction awareness. It's at Booth Memorial Park in Stratford. It's 11 a.m. Go-Go Joes will be vending. If you guys want to come, Bohemian High has just a giant space where we can just go there.
I think
Maybe
that,
we should
I
do
think
some
we'll do something.
on-site
I think so.
certification.
All right. Let me talk to them, okay?
We'll see.
It's the
Yeah.
Lyra
I know
Music
that
Festival.
there's a bus that they might be able to let us rock out
Use
in.
and
Oh,
do,
yeah.
right?
Bohemian High has that
because
bus.
opioids, cannabis is definitely an exit drug for
For
opioid
opioids.
addiction.
So that's at 11 a.m. Booth Memorial Park in Stratford on June 24th. June 25th is a DCP public hearing on approving medical marijuana for opioid addiction.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Come with facts.
This is the
and
second
figures.
one. That's at 8:30 p.m. That's at 450 Columbus
Wait,
Boulevard.
let me just say, if you are a medical provider, a nurse, a doctor, a psychiatrist, and you are pro-cannabis and you have something to say about cannabis being used as an exit drug for opioids, please let your voice be heard. They want to hear from medical professionals.
Which
That's
is,
right.
And this
And
is
psychiatric.
a big thing. It's a
Yeah.
big thing.
We can get this approved. Other states are doing it. It's time for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then June 28th. This is a new one. Kebra Smith-Bolden. Yeah.
Mhm.
Unacknowledged Tears, a
Mhm.
conversation about PTSD and complex urban trauma.
Mm-hmm.
City Hall, 6 p.m. New Haven on June 28th. Kebra, tell us.
Mm-hmm. So honestly, this has been kind of like what I've been studying and researching and talking about for a while. And it's primarily because at Canna Health, that's the diagnosis that the majority of the people come in seeking. Well, those are the symptoms for PTSD, the anxiety, the irritability, the inability to kind of control your moods and just going from 0 to 100.
Oh, yeah.
And so people come in and they take the assessment for post-traumatic stress disorder, and that's the number one diagnosis that we see. But that really didn't inspire this. What really inspired this was about a week ago, a young woman was shot and killed in front of her children.
Yeah.
And I went to our annual Freddie Fixer parade to pass out cards and just, talk to people about getting their medical marijuana card. And people were coming up to me and they're like, Kebra, one woman in particular, she came up to me and she said, Kebra, I really appreciate you talking about PTSD and how it affects us differently, and she was like, when I was a child, my mother died in front of me. Natural causes, and she said, but with this murder, it made me think of this woman's children who were in the car and saw that. She said, my mother died of natural causes and it affects me to this day. She's almost 40. But she said, imagine how it's going to affect these children, and she died violently
For the rest of their lives.
And we started talking about how this is like, although this should be strange and like so far removed from us, but this is something that we as a community deal with on a regular basis. Maybe not this heinous of a crime in front of children, but like imagine what children see on a daily basis. Imagine what what the things that individuals have been through. You know, if anybody's been to prison for more than 30 days, the system is made to break you in 30 days.
Yeah.
So if you you have PTSD, you have trauma. If you grew up poor, if you grew up in the hood,
There's a lot of those things. You know, I'm a Latino from New York City. All of this kind of stays with you. Being an urban youth and gang violence outside of your school. You know, being 10 years old and you're like, why can't we go home today?
Right.
Well, there's bodies on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's one of those things that urban trauma, PTSD, you don't necessarily have to go to a war zone, but it's surprising that our inner cities kind of have the same effects of war zones. And so what you do at Canna Health and what we do at the office is a big thing. It really is.
And I think the week of the event, I know they're trying to get us to wrap up. I think the weekend of the event, we'll do a whole
we'll do that
radio show
on
PTSD.
PTSD.
So we can really get to talk.
We will do a whole show on PTSD on that, and we'll have guests on who
Yeah.
experience PTSD. So that's June 28th. So listen to that for the next week or two. We will do a whole show on PTSD and showcase it and how cannabis can help.
And my birthday is Saturday.
All right. See y'all next week. Sorry, Harry.
Okay, here goes loser again.
Sorry. See you next week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
We had too good a time.
It's a great time. It's a great time.
Told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. Told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I'm in Cali every week. I go hard. Grower said he got sour, need that whole yard. I'm chasing turkey bag, you chasing gold yard. Tell us down, we won't go far. Blue sherbet stuff the whole jar. 100 P's on the Bay Bridge, stuck in traffic. If I ever run into Riri, let's make magic. Die doing something you love, it ain't tragic. Heard what I said, nigga, it ain't tragic. From the home of lay down, smoking ratchets. Never win when you spell it backwards. I got green in the bay, my whole team Packers. Told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. Told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. Gucci slides with the G's while I'm selling P's. Walking proof, money growing trees. Hit the plug, he gon' fly the geese. 100 P's, we supply the streets. Gelato cookies and that blue cheese. Yeah, bitch, woman, she got blue knees. Call her Arizona, she got a few C's. When I'm in California, plug like what you need. Pounds, pounds, pound, pound, pound. Put the work on the table, my nigga, break it down. Moving that work since Hazel's round. Ask anybody, my niggas run the town. Told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. Told the plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G. I told my plug I need 100 pigs. Now my shoebox got 100 G.